Yo. Hey guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about the really late freaking start. Having a lot of like technical difficulties. I could really use an assistant. Yeah, this YouTube streaming thing is so difficult. Trying to get it to like stream at the correct like setting and then have it not lag at the same time. So anyways, I don't have any viewers yet because I kept switching out on you guys. My apologies. Apologize. And just want to make sure everything works okay. Let's see here. Lines are okay. Could be better. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Micah? What's up, Ola? Yeah, you made it. You made it. I had a little delayed start, and I really apologize for that. That's some major issues here. It's really difficult to get it to work right. When I use my mouse, it works fine, but when I'm using my tablet, it's a different story. So, still trying to figure out what that is all about. But I'm glad you guys can make it, the three of you. Really thankful for you guys. Thanks for coming by. 4 now, awesome. Gives me hope. Alright, so we're gonna color Derek, and we drew this last live stream, and yeah, we're just gonna color him up today, and talk about everything, all the process, everything that I go through when I color. So as soon as this thing starts working right, turn down the music. Can you guys hear me okay? Testing, 1, 2. There ain't nothing I can do. Alright. So it's just me working. You guys can chat it up if you want. No, don't cry. I'm here. I'm not going to cancel it. I am here. There's just a bit of lag, but that's okay because when I'm coloring, I don't really need to be too synchronized. All right. But I'm glad you guys can make it. So yeah, there's gonna be like a 30-second, 1-minute delay before I can respond to you guys. I'm gonna close out some stuff real quick. Try to get things at its optimum. That can stay open. Stay open. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna color Derek Southbound, the Demon Lord from Element Princess. So just follow along and pay attention. What I first like to do is I like to lasso the entire character, and I like to build a silhouette of the character. This gives me like a bounding box to work in so that I don't have to stay within the lines, and that saves a lot of time. The magic wand here, the wand tool, you can press W. And on your line layer, select. Here's the trick here. Alright, what's this? It's picking up something here. Picking something out here. Gotta erase that. Must be white mark there, so I'm just gonna select that and delete it. Should be gone now. So grabbing your wand tool on your line layer, select outside of the figure, and you should get these marching ants outside of the figure. See, instead of lassoing like manually everything, just use your magic wand tool and select everything outside of the character. And you can do this on Photoshop as well. Just gotta find your way around. Selecting all the... Looks like... yeah. So checking to see if you've got all the negative spacing, the little openings selected. Once you've got that, you're gonna flip the marching ant. So I flip it, holding Command Shift I, and you can also go to Selection, and then there's a invert. That's what you're gonna look for, invert. But Command Shift I, and then I'm just gonna turn off the lines, and you can see what I have selected. So before I had everything outside of the figure selected. Now I have everything inside. Okay, there's one more step. Okay, I'm going to create a layer, keep it underneath the lines. I've done a tutorial like this several times. So, yeah, man, he's the main villain. He's the his name is Derek Southbound, and he's a demon lord, and he basically controls an army of demons. And he's fighting the Element Princesses. Well, he's trying to take over the world, basically. Yeah. Where was I? Oh yeah. I'm going to show you basically what it looks like when you fill in a character with what you have selected. So the one picked up everything that was on the border, on the edge of that line. I'm just going to fill it in and see what happens when I fill it in. That's really red. My eyes. Desaturate it. Little color lesson here. Desaturation and then saturation. Can you guys tell me the difference? Well, I'll tell you the difference. Basically, when things are desaturated, there's less pigment in color. So if we're talking about like paint, when you dilute the paint with like white, it becomes desaturated, or black, because it becomes like 70% of the original color and then 30% white. That would mean it's being desaturated. That's like as if you were adding white. See, Now, if you were added black, that's desaturating it. Less color or desaturated. So saturated things really hurt the eyes. It's very vibrant, and you want to limit where you want things saturated because whatever your focus is, that's where the most saturated color should be, depending on whatever mood you're trying to convey or whatever focal point. Um, so, quick little lesson on color there. All right, so what I just did was I filled it in using the paint bucket tool. So, for example, I'm just gonna grab the paint bucket. Well, the paint bucket on Manga Studio is always like location of it is. Let's see here. Huh. It's on the bottom here. Or on the side. Either way. But if you click on the one that pops up right here, I don't think it's you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Yeah, what's up? Yeah? Alright. Alright. What's up, Guilherme Alves de Oliveira? Oliveira? Beta? Alright, so desaturated and when I'm filling in the color, I don't want it to bleed out of the lines. So to be sure that you didn't do that, you want to contract the lines inward. How do you do that? Right, I'm going to show you. So here's the lines. I want that selection to go in a little bit, just a hair, so that the color that you fill in doesn't bleed out of the lines. So I'm going to shrink the selection, and in Photoshop that would be called contract, I think. So I'm going to shrink the width by 0.1 of a pixel or a millimeter of 0.10 millimeters. See? I'm going to undo that. Look how it went in a little bit. Redo that, undo. So now it's like right underneath the line, so the color doesn't bleed out of your lines. And that's really important because if, for example, it goes out to you know what I'm talking about. All right. Well, let's keep going. I'm gonna move a little faster actually, because I've covered this so many times. Keep desaturated. All right. So we got the doodah filled in. And the next step that I do is I begin selecting the colors that I want. Net, can I shut my door now? It's me and my brother in this house. Yeah, we live together. Alright, so when selecting colors, I'm gonna expand this thing real quick for you guys so you can see the whole screen. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Here. Take a look at all that. There. Done. You guys see where my mouse is? I think you can. Alright. um, yeah, so what I did was I created a lot of layers here because we wanna be able to edit the colors after we lay them down. So we don't need like the exact color that we want, but we do want to keep our colors separate. Unless you know exactly which colors you want, and that would speed up everything. But usually I need to adjust the color. So first one I start off with is skin. And I start off with the color that is below everything else. So the undermost, the bottommost color that would go underneath everything. So skin, and then I'm gonna show you a trick actually after this. So skin, and then what's next? We'll do no, hair goes over that. Go pants. Pants is under that, and then the boots. Boots is underneath everything else. Boots, and then boots, and then what's on top of the boots is the kimono. The kimono, and then there's the kimono trimmings. So that's like the secondary color to the kimono. Although I'm not sure this is a kimono, but kimono trim, and you want to label everything so that you keep everything in track, like keep track of everything, because after a while you get all these layers and then you can get pretty confused. So kimono trim. What's next? Gauntlets. Go over that. Gauntlets. And I think the gauntlets would be the same colors as the boots to keep things simple. But we'll just do it separate on separate layers for now. I'd say hair, and then we would do crown. Yeah. What else? Yeah. I think that's everything. Oh no. Underneath the hair, you can do the eyes. So eyes. And I think that's it. That's it for now. We're gonna put them all inside one folder. And these would be our base colors. No shadows, nothing like that. No light. What's up, Kelso? How you doing, man? Oh, my audio's low. Hold on a sec. Thanks for letting me know. It's good. Let's see here. Testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Thanks, Gil Alves. G. Call you G. Alright, crown. I think that's everything. On the crowns, we can do the secondary crown, so we can do crown trim. Call that crown trim. And there might even be a third color to the crown, so crown number 3. And they're all in one folder. Now, alright. We're going to begin filling in the color using the paint bucket tool. Whoa! Paint bucket. we're going to fill in the skin color. And the skin color can be anything, just not black or gray, because if you're choosing black or gray, you can't modify the hues because there's no colors to begin with. So if you have no color to begin with, you can't adjust the hue. Does that make sense? For example, I'm filling in. Oh shoot. First off, set your line layer to set as a reference layer, so that everything you paint or fill in underneath, it refers to that layer as if you're in the lines. It acts as if you're painting on the lines. So I'm over here on the skin layer, and if I were to fill in the skin, the arm, in theory, oh, something with the area scaling here, it's all raised up, so we got to adjust this down. Scaling, adjust this back up. So the color margin determines the like the gaps and stuff. So this is closing the gaps. We don't want to close it too much. Close it just a little bit. Yeah, that works. So for example, if I were to paint him in gray, like I said, you can paint any color except gray or black, or you try to edit the colors, you won't be able to modify it. Nothing happens. But say for example, I use a little brown. So I'm using brown. What happens then? I can modify it. So again, you just need to get some sort of basic color down. I don't want it to look too weird, so I tend to try to get it close to what you want. You know what I mean? So not like so random. You can, and then just slide it around later. But you want to kind of have it resemble what you like. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with that for now. Because against the red, it changes the actual color. So color is all relative. And that means it always depends on what is around it. They're not just like random. It all depends on what color is next to what for color coordination. Like gray color on top of red might seem blue. I think that's the case. We'll stick on one topic at a time. Just fill in all the skin. I always say I want to go a little faster, but I end up talking more than I draw. I am using Manga Studio. It's the program of choice at the moment. It's got a lot of really neat, cool tricks and tools that you can use for helping you to speed up your work process. So I got all his skin. Let's go through his pants. Let's do this fast, alright? I'm going really fast. If you guys think I'm going too fast, I'll slow down. So pants. The boots. The boots is really saturated. But that's okay. That's okay. Alright, let me show you a little little trick Manga Studio has. One of the reasons why I'm using Manga Studio is because of this feature. If I fill it in, it closes the gap and it doesn't bleed all the way out and spill into everything else. And that speeds everything up so much. That's so good. So good. That. And again, I'm going to be editing these colors once I've gotten everything down. So kimono is going to be, let's give him a pink kimono for now. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm sorry. Not really. Because I'm still going. But I want to get this done quick. So I just grabbed whatever random color. So he is a demon lord, and he controls other demons. You know, he has an army of demons trying to take over the world. So, right now he's not really looking too demony. That pink. All right. Let's give him some blue hair. Wait, what's next? Gauntlets, 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 gauntlets. Let's give it blue. All right, all right. Oh, in there, in there. Oh yes, I forgot about that. You can actually just hold onto your mouse and just drag over the areas, and you don't have to click anymore. I forgot about that. Yeah, little things like that. Oh my goodness, it saves you so much time. And I forgot about his thumb. Man, it seems like you can go back and just fill in his thumb. I believe this would be skin too. Yeah, that should be skin. Yeah. Oh no, no. Yeah. Oh no, that's not it. Oh yeah. Actually, no. No. No, no. Alright. I'm sure this is it. Yeah. Yeah. And then his bicep. And then... Oh, his kimono. Back to his kimono. Switch around from different layers, so make sure you don't paint the wrong color on the wrong layer. I'm going to keep track of that. Oops. Bam. Alright. Oh, don't forget his belt. Forgot about his belt. Belt. Alright, I'm going to read it real quick what you guys are talking about. It says here, your audio is low. Okay, sup, yes, better man. He's using an iMac. Thanks, buddy. How do you keep from wasting time on the internet while digital painting? Oh, thanks for the info. Greatly appreciated. What will his hair color be? What do you mean by, like, how do you stop from wasting time when you're painting on the internet? I'm not sure what that means. Please clarify. Stop by not wasting time, as in. Dang, this guy's got some. He's got some girly colors. but I will show you the beauty of being able to modify the colors later. For now, keep it simple, stupid. Remember? Simplify. And no, I'm not calling you stupid. It's an old adage. An old adage. Figure of speech. Acronym. KISS. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. And yes, a teacher of mine used it. He said that to me once. And I chuckled. I said, keep it simple. Alright. Put it in there. Oops. Oops. So it's bleeding out a little bit there. That's fine. We got it. We got it. Oh. Oh. Fill in the gap. Fill in the gap. Don't go out. No. No. Not sure why it's doing that. Color margin. That'll work. No, it won't. Whatever. Stop wasting time. Just delete it out. Yeah, my computer's... I don't think my computer's lagging. I think it's the Wacom pad, and I need to figure out... Maybe get a new driver or something. Because when I'm using my mouse, check this out, alright? Let's just use my mouse. Huh? Look at that. And I'm streaming. So, yeah, I'm going to do this whole entire process through my mouse. Stage, process. Step. These little crevices that show up little red, and that's really unnoticeable when you're out here looking at them, like right here. So you don't really need to worry about that. Eyes. Automatically, I'm thinking green eyes. Oops, that's not good. Oops. That's a big gap to try to cover, so we're just going to paint that in. Using our mouse. Haven't used the mouse in a while. That's okay though. I'm going to show you it's possible. I'm not going to do the whole thing in a mouse though, definitely not. Hair. Color we're going to use for his hair. I was thinking like light purple-ish. Oh, that's blending in with the other stuff. So, let's just manipulate it a little. Oh, there we go. He's the Demon Lord. It really? Do you think it really is the driver? Has it happened to you before? Because it's really killing me. Because if it is, I will take care of that right now. Because I'm gonna need to freaking see Wacom into a lagging driver for Mac. So let me know if you've had this issue before, because I can just fix it right now and I'll be a happy camper. Huh. Yeah, looks like it was updated 10. Oh, wait a second. Awesome, great. Thanks for letting me know, Kiteya. This is the kind of stuff you guys have to put up with. I'm sorry. Just, every now and then I have to do this kind of thing. Drivers. Because, yeah, this is live, and I'm really taking the time out of my time, to work on this. This is actually just work that I'm supposed to be doing, not really the show, but I just wanted to combine the two. So, where, man, I want to make. I don't know. I'm trying to look for the correct driver right now. Driver for the Wacom Intuos 4. Because I was looking at the Cintiq. Just re-downloaded, reinstalled. Driver happened to me before as well. Oh, really? Driver Intuos 4. Good to know, guys. Because this is really, really, like, giving me, like, a headache. For, especially when I'm trying to stream to you guys, and it's, like, lagging. Killing me. Why not do it in front of you guys? Why not? Product support. Drivers. Now, it says here, hardware driver, small computer program. It says here, for Cintiq companion products. I'm looking for the Wacom Intuos. Here, Intuos Pro. What's that all about? Let's just do the Intuos. It's gonna take us about 30, 40. Yeah, so it really wasn't my connection. I thought it was my connection this whole time, but look, I'm using my mouse. My crappy, like, $15 mouse. Huh? Whoa. So, 15 seconds and it'll be done. But, like, look, if I'm using my Wacom, yeah, I don't have my hand on the on the pad. I just stroke, lift. That's what you get. Wow, this guy looks like he's on a drug trip. Like an acid trip or something. Not that I know or anything. Not that I know how that feels like. Okay. Will I have to restart my computer? If so, I won't do that to you guys. What did he say? What did he say? What did? All right, continue. I agree. I read it all. Okay. All right, we'll be up and running in just a second. What's my password? Please, please work. If it doesn't work, I'm sorry for all of that there. Alright, let's just put some color for his horns. What color can we make his horns? Let's give him some yellow horns. Crown. Oh, that's kind of cool. Uh-oh. I went outside the lines. So then you gotta deal with that ball. Oops. Download is almost complete. Let's make it all one color on his head. Oops. So what instruments are you guys using? You guys also using Wacoms? Bamboos? Alright. It's looking a little fruity. Fruity. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Just saying. Hair pops up in the back there. Oops, hair pops up in the back like that. And he looks like he's ready to go. Except the secondary colors. Belt. Right here. Alright, so we got everything basically filled in. We gotta fill in the secondary colors. Secondary colors. Okay, cool. The software was installed. Okay, what do I do now? Does it work? Does it just start working? Huh. Doesn't look like it. Maybe if I turn it off and on. Okay. Got it there. Oh, it's still slow. Guys, it's still slow. Shit happens. Just 4. Cool. Um, oh my god. Yeah, it's still pretty slow. Click, right click. Yeah, I'll figure that later. This is a pain in the butt. Let's just keep going until I can't go anymore. The mouse is still working. Alright, so secondary crown color will be just a darker yellow or orange. That'll be the base of that. So what you can do, if you're filling it in with the mouse, for example, this little gap here, you can close up the gap like that, and then like this. Choose your paint bucket tool and then fill it in. That would save you time, a little bit of time. I don't like the shape of this horn over here, so I'm just gonna erase this part out. It's supposed to be facing us, and that's not really giving the impression of facing us. That is a little better. I'll leave that in for now. Alright. So the crown second color needs to go out and stop bleeding. Oops. Yeah. Alright, after I slide around the colors and get all the colors to where I want them to be, we'll take a quick break and then I will go ahead and try to fix it, because I've done it before where I was painting and everything's perfectly fine. That pink was really killing me. So Demon Lord. The Demon Lord. The Demon Lord is actually a vampire, by the way. So he's gonna have pale skin. Yeah, that's a pretty good color combination. Pretty straightforward. So the technique that I'm using to color this is more of a comic-y graphic style used for, like, you know, comics and stuff, because it's a lot faster and easy to edit and manipulate. Now, if it was an illustration, or if we wanted to do like illustration style, um, we would be more painterly and painting in all these colors. And for that, I would use Photoshop, but you can also do that on here if you wanted to. Well, I like that. I like the red on the blue. So whenever I turn it off, you can see the silhouette color, and we masked the whole entire drawing with a red color so that all the little empty crevices show up as red. But red's a really good color because it's low on the color spectrum and it has a low wavelength. Makes it very dim, and it blends in with the colors. Not too saturated. Pull it up a little bit. To purple, there it is. All right. See you guys asking questions. Let me see what you guys are saying here. All right, Bamboo Indeed, huh? Person, go watch my speed painter. You think Manga Studio? I think. Okay, maybe you get a better answer from Jenny. Yeah, I'm using Manga Studio, and I will see in speed drawing Asasakasa. Oh. とっても綺麗です Pink. I think we can hear your music. Does anyone know why drawing software lags when the subscription capacity is not an issue? Jetty, do you prefer black and white drawings? Do I prefer black and white drawings? Not really. I'm open to all kinds of drawings. It doesn't really matter what it is. You know, good color for villains, though, in a lot of color designs and color theory, is purple and yellow. Those are the colors that they use quite often by a lot of. If you look at a lot of the Disney and Pixar like villains and stuff, they tend to use purple and yellow. This belt is bugging me. Get my yellow. Yeah, purple represents black, but not without using black. Like back in the old days, they would substitute purple for black, and it would symbolize black. So like witches and stuff, cats, you know, black and yellow eyes. So purple and yellow serves as a good starting point for evil color design. Once we get all of our colors selected, I mean, it's the hardest part, really, for me, for most people, is deciding on the color. And then you can create several variations and save them just to see, which one works best. Right now, I'm thinking the issue is the value of the color. He's looking a little bit light, so let's keep going darker. And darker his shoes. His shoes. His boots. Shuezos. Like, what's that, in Kung Fu Panda, the leopard bad guy? All purple and yellow. His eyes were yellow, body purple. Ratcliffe, the guy, I think it's Ratcliffe, the bad guy from Pocahontas. Purple and yellow. It's really commonly used. Black pants. Black pants, white pants. I mean, white pants. Yeah. So, like that. I like those red horns, actually. They work well, even though it's super saturated. Let's change up his hair a little bit. And even after you add in the... this is the fun part. When things start to look like really zany. They all pretty much work at this point. I know I want a lighter color. And I do like the purple. Kind of cool. Alright, so what's obviously, I know you have the answer, but are you working on your own graphic novel manga? You know what, I was contemplating that last night. I was like dreaming about it. I literally was. I have my own epic tale that I want to begin working on probably a year from now, once I get all my funding and freelancing all out of the way, because, first things first, I gotta pay my bills. And then I can, be a little more comfortable with working on my own stuff. But I definitely have an epic story to tell. It's my pet project. My love. My true love. Oh, green. Green's cool too. Green with the red, complementary colors. You can't beat that. That is working. So what you can do is take screen captures, and then I'll ask you guys to do votes. Okay, watch this. Who watches this? Okay. So we can do this. Oops, that's kind of cool too. We'll do this color design thingy thing. Take a screen capture of everything, and then once we're that works too. See here, I'm gonna give you guys another little tutorial about color. This is the hue. As you can see, we have a gray color, really desaturated, and it's light. But what hue are you in? That's what hue meaning, like what color tint are you under? So it can be gray, but what kind of gray? A pinkish gray? A purplish gray. And if you go on purple, that keeps it consistent with the overall picture, but it tends to look a little monochromatic. And so blue, and then complementary of blue is yellow. So that will work nicely, but analogous colors, split analogous colors, okay? It gets pretty tricky. That's opposite to the color, but then one color over. That's split analogous, and those colors tend to work the best, and that would be orange. So, for example, orange on purple, like the sunset, purple sky with a little bit of orange in it. I think that's the most beautiful color scheme. Those two combinations. Red and blue, split analogous. So that's pretty cool too. Let's begin taking pictures actually. Take a picture. And then we'll figure out which one we like best. Alright. There's that purple and orange I was talking about. Semi-orange, just kind of pastel. But overall, his outfit is on the darker side. When you're picking colors, okay, a good starting point is to make everything one color. And in this case, I made them all cool, and they're pretty much analogous, meaning they're side by side, and it will come off a little monochromatic. But once you get everything within the same color section, you can add the second colors on it later and try to offset it and do color theory that way. But I will have to cover all that in a separate video. Definitely. My goodness, color is a monster of its own. Did I already take the picture of the orange hair? See, what are you guys saying? Oni belt. Yes, exactly. So what's on this belt? It's a face. It's a face. We gotta actually, yeah, let's belt here. There's a secondary color on the belt. Thanks for pointing that out. So I'll just call it belt 2. Sometimes I'll call it belt trim, but you can also call it belt 2. That way you can just, label it 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Again, I'm going to use analogous. So within the family of the belt, you want to stick closely to its cousins. Don't branch off too far. Just from what I experience. Choosing a lighter color for now, but it will be a little darker. So that's that, and then, there we go. This is a secondary. Again, I don't want, it's gotta be sophisticated, you know? It has to have some sort of order to it. You can't deviate too much. We tend to do that a lot, you know what I mean? As beginners, we get excited about all the different colors and options. For example, you see eyes, time to color a different color for eyes. Oh, there's a rim here, gotta choose a different color for the rim, and so on. But really, if you group the colors together first and then work out the eyes on the creature and on the belt, possibly, maybe it will glow. Maybe it'll glow. I forgot the kimono trim. Kimono trim. This is going to be tricky. Again, because if you're doing double colors, 2 colors. Alright, split analogous for blue, yellow, and red. So I'm going to use a yellow, because I don't want to do too much red. Adding the yellow, though, what happens, in my opinion, it might make him look kind of friendly or too colorful. So, yeah, that might be too colorful. can always go. So I'm doing a contrast in value now. That's kind of cool. Pink, which is a family of red. What I was gonna say was first thing I think about is the value. So we have a dark blue for his overall dress, but I want to think about value, right? If it's a lower value, value means the darkness of it, the lightness and darkness. It doesn't really contrast against it. All you're doing is changing the colors. If you're changing colors, you can't really. It doesn't really work well because there's no contrast in the lightness and darkness. So we'll just push it up. Then you can focus on color. Blue would be analogous to blue because they're neighbors. I mean, bluish green. And analogous colors work too. But I'm gonna desaturate it a bunch. Yeah. See, desaturating. It really, after a while, it becomes common sense. After you play with colors enough. Light purple, light blue, works nicely. Yeah, I like that. But let's try the blue and then take a picture of it like this, and then move it around again. I like the purple. That's very consistent with the overall feel. I might give him some desaturated gauntlets. So it would be like a black, smoky black type of gauntlet. But if we do that, we also got to do the shoes. Now they're on separate layers, even though I want them to be the same colors because the boots are underneath and the gloves are above. So if they're on the same layer, the gloves won't show up because they'll be underneath the skin, and the skin would start hovering above it. So first of all, for color matching, you can just select the color and then just fill it all in, and you know what I mean. But if you want to practice getting your eyes adjusted to colors and stuff, you can try to match it up. So first things first, desaturate it. So I've taken away the color. Good. Lower the value. Saturate a little bit. And that pretty much does it. I mean, it's not matched perfectly, but yeah. The other way of doing it is just selecting the color. Select the color of the gauntlet itself. Lasso the boots. And just fill it in. But you gotta lock the boots first. Sorry, because if I filled it in now, it fills in everything. So I'm gonna lock transparent pixels and then fill it in, so that it only fills in areas that you've previously worked on. And I filled it in. The colors were so similar that you can't really notice a difference, but the differences were there. Yeah, I think it's coming together. I will be changing the color of the thing's eyes and stuff like that after we settle. Hair. Let's change his hair color a bit. Now, I'm afraid of making it yellow because even though that would be a good option, because that would make him more of an elf-looking guy, and he would look a lot more friendly. All right. See what you guys are saying here. It's only I do animation. I'm doing comic strips, and I can't draw the Pocky game. The shapes are so hard. I've seen villains that are completely white hair, clothes, and iris. Yeah, creature on his belt, does its eyes glow? It will. Nice. I think he's making it up along the way. We love you. Yeah, I am kind of making it up along the way at the same time. I have an idea of what I want. A general idea. Not too, it's never, you know what I mean? You gotta figure it out as you go. So whiter hair. And white would be really good. The only problem with that is it's been done a lot, actually. Been done a lot. Yellow is too earthy, kind of like warm. You know what I mean? Like a good guy. So light purple. That would be my color of choice. Seriously. But again, I've seen it done so many in like a lot of animes they use for the bad guy. A lot of light purple hair. But we might just go with it because it works well. Even light pink, that would be kind of cool. Light blue. Light blue. We'll take a vote, okay? We'll take a vote. Take a picture of that there. Pop them all open. All right. Now, here's the color contrast. With the red, what it does is it pulls your eye in because everything's blue, and all of a sudden this red comes in. And orange, like I said, split analogous. You can kind of feel how it's just for some reason it draws your eye in that direction. That's a little cool strip right there, a little red strip on his hair. That's by accident. So if we go red, that also works nicely. I want to experiment here. Let's try black or something. With the hue of purple. Purple. Lighten it a bit, desaturate it a bit. All right. No, I don't like that purple there on his, the purple horns. What if it was white? White is a very neutral color, and it works on just about anything, really. So I won't cheat out of that. But for example, you remember the Power Rangers? Do you remember the Power Rangers? When I was a kid, I used to watch Power Rangers, and they had all the colors, and then when all of a sudden the White Ranger comes out, it was just over for the rest of the Power Rangers. It was just like, wow, nothing beats them. Nothing beats the White Ranger. He's the White Ranger. They say colors identify your personality, what your favorite colors are. So, reddish orange. Keeping it consistent, excuse me. Scoozy. Yellow. I think, yeah, we need the yellow. Or we can reserve the yellow for his eyes. I'm about to change his eyes, by the way. like we talked about earlier. Yellow eyes, purple, blue. The only problem with that is obviously the value of it. It's hard to see the color of his eyes. That's the problem with that. And let's put in the eye whites. I'm not sure. Tusk white, light green. Remember, you guys are responding like a minute after I've said something. So, like, write down what you're referring to so I know exactly what you guys are talking about. And there goes a super slow. We can change that color as well, but it's gonna be gray. No, I'm not gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna erase it. I'm gonna edit it. Oops. I just had to add pigment because when I use white, you can't adjust the color of it. Same with black. Okay, now we can adjust the colors of his eyes. Let's see here, maybe some. If I did white, like somebody said earlier, white eyes. Blue eyes. Red eyes. I think red makes sense. He's a vampire demon lord. Oh, his hair. Also, it's got to be his eyebrows. So we gotta give him some eyebrow color. There we go. That's what's missing. Yellow's eyes match cat-like feel to the eyes. It's true, just that his skin is so light. It's hard to show the contrast. So the skin still looks a bit human-like. We can desaturate it even more. There. He's a night elf. Blue skin. He's supposed to be really like sexual and like handsome and all this stuff. So he like entices the girls. So I don't want to make him like blue and weird colors. Otherwise I would. Otherwise I would. See? Blue and orange. Complementary. Blue and yellow. Analogous. Blue and green. That's analogous. Blue and yellow split analogous. All these terms will make sense someday for you guys. Now the yellow eyes would work because of the blue and yellow, yeah. But if I give him yellower skin, Remember, he survives off of people's blood. So he's a vampire. I'm gonna make him really, really pale. He's white. I think that'll work. That color there. Yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to be sexual, like tantalizing. According to the writer, you know. I didn't write the story. Yeah, I'm thinking green. Green would work. Green or light blue for icy color. But I got the liberty to design this character completely on my own preference, my own kind of take and stuff. Previous characters were all written up, and I designed it according to the description, but in the end I ended up adding more stuff to it, try to beef them up a little. This time around I was given the liberty to just go ahead and just base it off of whatever came to mind, really. Oh my god. Seriously. Uh-oh. I'm on the wrong inker. Don't worry, I'll be on this just for a little bit longer, and then we'll take a break, and then come back to it. Yes, you're right. The green is also complementary to the red crown. So I think that's why it draws your eyes in that direction. And anything with the least, like the color, okay, complementary colors. In color theory, you want to have it 5% of the drawing, only 5%, and that will give its greatest effect. So, for example, if a girl was wearing all red and she wore like a green jewel necklace right in the middle of her chest, your eyes, like, you know what I mean? It's if it was like half green suit and half red suit, the ratio is not working correct. So, and you can see this all in nature. It's not like somebody decided, hey, these are the rules. It's actually based off of nature. Nature acts the same exact way. Trying to figure out where this thing is. Oh, that's not filled. That's not filled in. All right. All right. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Make this green. Oh. Where is it? Oh, there it is. So we're getting a little more green, and it throws off the effect of his eyes, because it's you're getting a little more green basically. So just take this and make it blue. Come on. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. That's for his crown number 3. Let's make his crowns. Oh, we could save this to be green. That would be kind of crazy. If only it wasn't lagging. I'll use my mouse. I'll use my mouse. That's kind of interesting. So that's got a couple colors in there. Oops. Trying to make it look more red. Darken it a bit. Less saturated. Or more saturated. You look at it from a distance. More saturated. Or more red. Like a flower. Only opposite. White. Black. I'm glad we had this discussion. This way we can get it out of the way. If you guys are ever wondering how I decide colors, I think this video kind of covers it all. Alright, so saturated. There's that, and then there was the original yellow. He should have an earring. Earring. This right here is not working for me.
No. No. No.
We can desaturate the green. Yeah, that works. That way it's not pulling too much attention away. We gotta figure out where do we want the eyes to look? Is it the eyes, is it the hair? Where is it? It can't be everything. Cannot be everything. So it's gonna make it a little blue. And save that green right there for his the center of his head. Or we can make that yellow. See, every time I go blue, it's playing it safe. That's what happens. Yellow. Nah. Okay, what you guys are saying? Really? Don't know. I dislike earrings, including in women. What? Not even women? You mean on right? Not sure what that was, but yeah. All right. So here's the belt. Here's the secondary part of the belt. You can manipulate that color. There we go. Again, giving it some red. We'll distribute more of the red from the crown. Not pulling it away from the crown, but it's just so that you know that the red is also being shared somewhere else. And then yellow. Yellow works great. That's yellow. Yellowish orange. That works too. we'll go back over his oh wait, secondary for the gauntlet. Creating another layer for the second part of the gauntlet. So this area here. Really not sure what I'm doing yet. No, I forgot to add that in this side. I like that green. The red looks cool too. He's got like some red gems on his. Oops. Oh, we're playing with a lot of colors now. So quickly, there's one here. Wait. Make sure we get this right. Okay. One in here. I'm gonna use my mouse and do it. I did it. Page. I am using Manga Studio. All right. See what we can do with this here. That's right. I'm using a mouse to draw inks. That's right. I am. Because doing this right now with my Wacom pen will be very painful. Let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Yeah. It's a crawl. I covered this this tool in my last video. If you guys checked it out. One of the wonderful features of Manga Studio. It's amazing. You can click, drag, and then wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle. Oh, wiggle, what? Click, drag, and then wiggle. Yeah. Yeah, it's not quite working at all. Here, let me just back it up. Back it up. Yeah, like that. I think that would work better. And I'm on the wrong layer. This is where things can get a little complicated. You gotta keep track of what layer you're on. And just there I was on the line layer. So now I'm on the correct gauntlet layer. Or forearm band, guard, spikes, thing. Whatever you want to call it. Alright, let's try not make it look so computerized. And that's the risk you take for using tools like this. Risk that you take. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, a little bit of wobble in it. there. A little thicker. Yeah, I think thickness might help as well. Alright, so there's just little hints of red on both sides. That works. Let's move on. Let's keep going. You're more of a black and white, and you don't say. Just open up these color references here. So I've got these references here that I just opened up. Some vampire characters. That I've collected along the way. As you can see, this bad guy here has purple and yellow. It just works. Purple hair, Indian Angel. Purple and yellow. Black and red. Black and red is also a good combination for evil. Purple, yellow, and red. That's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah. Yep. So that's really good part of. I didn't have this open, but it's good to have references. You gotta have references. So before you start on any project, it's nice to just have a list of things that inspire you. Let's desaturate that a little bit. Works. I want to give his boots a secondary color, but it might complicate it a little bit, and he'll start looking like a clown. He's pretty colorful already. So to try to avoid that, we will just stick with analogous colors, and that's just basically colors that are next to the color. So like if it's blue, you choose like a lighter blue, things like that, or light bluish green, and that plays it safe. Monochromatic, basically. So boots 2. I'm just gonna choose this color here. Lighten it just a little bit. Push it towards the green just a tad. And on the secondary colors. But I don't want him to look like a clown. Yeah, that might be too much. Let's just try to limit it. Limiting. I'm limiting. Right? Pull out. So much for limiting. Yeah, that might be too much color on him. If anything, we would do that there, like this. Yeah, let's just keep it simple. Too much color is going to start throwing it off. It becomes a lot more difficult to manage. It's pants. See, I've desaturated it. That means I took out all the color, but it looks a little orange. It's actually gray. This is a gray color. And to prove to you, I will take it, select it, and paint it over here by itself. I'm going to give you a little lesson on color relativity. So if I were to paint that same color, I selected that color and painted it over here, as you can see it's gray. It's very gray, and you zoom in, there's no color in there. It's just gray. See? But if you were to put gray right next to the blue, it tends to look a little warmer, like there's some warmth in there. Some warmth in his pants. Yeah, that didn't sound right. He has warm pants. Jeez, come on. Alright. Pants. Ranger pants. Yeah. Blower pants. Target pants. Yeah, lighting, shadow, all that stuff, it's really easy. That stuff is super easy. It's figuring out what colors you want is the hard part. And for right now, I don't think I'll put lights in his belt. That effect is happening on his gauntlet as well as his headpiece. So we got it done. We got it going on twice, and it's gonna really confuse us. Not confuse it. It doesn't give you a stronger focal point, basically. How do I work? Limiting. See how red it detracts from the crown? Pulling it away towards the yellow will reserve that effect for the head. Going orange, which is complementary to blue, that's kind of nice. The belt, I might re-explore the belt here. Let's go darker. Ah, there it is. Let's saturate that belt and see what happens. That's kind of cool. It's kind of bold. Kind of competes with the crown a little bit. So I don't know. Still trying to figure it out. Yeah, I think that, yeah. So it's a little toned down. It's a little more desaturated than the crown itself, but it still is red. So kind of a bronzy type of feel. All right, let's take a little vote. But first, before we do the vote, let's just do something. One last thing, and that is adjusting the overall hue of everything, and that gives us kind of a weird, trippy, new take on things. So this is a hue adjustments, hue saturation, luminosity adjustment thingy thing. Basically, it opens up above all the layers and it affects everything at once. So if you were to transform one thing, it transforms everything. And some of these colors might work, some might not. But it's cool just to move it around and look what else, you know. What other kind of crazy options we might have. I'm thinking maybe let's try the yellow. I don't think we tried the yellow crown yet. Actually, I think that was our first color choice, just I didn't. That's kind of cool, actually. Yellow is right over here. Ah. I just found like a warm spot in my brain. Alright, Rikasu. I'll see you later, man. Yellow horns for the king. But he's the king of the not underworld. Yeah, I guess underworld. So let's stick with red. Stick with red and his belt. Let's try one more time on his belt for yellow. Alright, I'm gonna read you guys' comments. He's using mag. Okay. Go with more yellow. I just like color everywhere. Not just my drawings. Go with more yellow. I just like too much color. I just like humanity. Jet, what's your advice on colors? My friend, I'm going over my thinking process basically this whole time. So basically, you just gotta follow along. If you see my clothes, they're mostly dark. I always go out in black. Me like some more than it's been true. That home skillet. Well, I'll be showering the bag. We'll get used to using color would be a very wise choice. It's good to have preference, but being able to work digitally is wise profession. You can't go on with black, white. Yeah, your own preferences will work for yourself, but if you're looking to build an audience or work professionally, you're going to be doing this for other people as well, your clients, and you won't always have the luxury of going on your own taste. I'm very fortunate to have this opportunity to do this. But normally that's not the case. I'm gonna go with this color. I'm sticking with that there. And switch this up here. Pinkish, reddish, yellowish. I like that color. Yeah, not so monochromatic. The yellow. There. Alright. Lastly, let's go over his hair one more time. I think I took a few pictures of the hair colors, and then you guys can give me your own opinion on which ones you like the best. And then we'll come back and we'll paint the shadows and lights in, and depending on how laggy it is, we'll see if we can get it done quickly. It shouldn't be too bad because you're not thinking really. Light is light, you know what I mean? Light and shadow is light shadow. Once you figure out where the light's coming from, everything else falls into place. So we got the green hair. So guys, listen up. I'm gonna need a vote. I'm gonna need a vote from you guys. We got the green hair. We got the pink hair. We got the orange hair. And we got the white hair. Alright, one more time. Green, pinkish red, orange, white. Coming back, I want to trim. It's a bit colorful. Yeah, I don't know about making it too bright. Even though it's a nice contrast, there's a lot of spotty colors going back and forth with each other. Yeah. I'm sticking with that there. White hair looks the best. Okay. Let's see if we can try different hues of color. Alright. You guys got a vote going here? What do you guys think? Awesome. Everybody likes white. Great. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that as well. Okay? We'll do that. Not full on white, but kind of a bluish white, which gives it kind of a grayish feel. Yeah. How about the crown? What do you guys think about the crown? I couldn't really make anything else work. But I think it works best because, alright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. I couldn't make it work really because, well, what I'm trying to say is I think it works best because it's got that green eye right there in the middle of his head, and it's complementary to red and green, so I think that works. And how about his eyes? Are we satisfied with his eyes? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, well, hello. Saturated. Turn it up. Lighter. Now this plays a little bit with the idea of the yellow eyes that we were talking about earlier. But it's definitely a lot more visible. Let's see. It's kind of cool because actually the blue eyes are ice cold, fiery red, ice cold, fiery red. I mean, ice cold green. Alright, let me give you guys what I think about this. The red keeps all the red and warms unified, and then it reserves the green right there, and that's the only green in the entire drawing. And I think that's a really strong color I forgot what it's called. Color scheme. It's a good color scheme. Now if we use blue, we have gray hair, and it's in the family of the eyes as well. So gray with the eyes, which I think works equally as well. But what happens there is the saturated green competes. See, they compete with the center of the eye. So
No, back.
We got a dog. Okay, that's we're talking to a dog. Couple dogs. Puppies. Well, not really like little puppies, but anyways, yeah. So we want yellow, please. The crown is a bit too bright. All right, Paige. I heard that. Yes. White makes it seem like he less vitality as a vampire. I think that's what you were looking for. Got it. I dig it. I'm liking the white. Cool. So let's try for the yellow again. Let's go a little on the orange side. Because I'm just saying, if we go yellow, I mean, I'm all for the idea of yellow. It's just, it blends in with the skin, see? And what you can't see from out here is a good indicator for what works and doesn't, you know? You want to be able to read. This is what a quick read is what we're looking for. We want to be able to see what we're trying to convey as quickly as possible. If you're at the yellow spectrum, you kind of, where's his eyes? What's his eyes doing? Why? Because it's blending in with his skin. But we already know we want the light skin because he's a vampire. So, but I think the orange is a good compromise. All right, so we're working together. We're working together. We'll meet in the middle. I didn't really touch on red, but red looks cool too. But we're seeing that in his horns. All right, so you said the horns are too bright. All right, let's see if we can tone it down a bit then. Desaturate it. Is that what you're talking about? Now, my thinking for the horns is that he is the demon lord, and he's gonna find a brand new horns, and they're gonna stay brand new. Having them slightly on the desaturated end looks kind of used, and it does look nice. It does. I'm not gonna lie, but desaturating things tend to make things work easier too. So you want to try to stay, huh? Yeah. So. Okay. Something from the belt would work. I already said that will deviate the eyes from the standalone green. Very true. Very true. You guys are thinking. You know, it's good to think. It's good to think. But I'm glad you guys are learning. Color really is trial and error, you know? It is the hardest, I think, compared to like drawing. It's a lot harder than we can desaturate it a little bit. Yeah, I think that'll work. We can desaturate it. But I think red on the more saturated red end, it's kind of what we're going for. So we can't be afraid to punch some things. You know? It looks, I want to make it as if his horns are semi-glowing. They're so saturated. Alright. But I think this is about as much, yeah, I think this works. You guys really helped. You guys definitely helped a lot on this. Really appreciate it. let's get this. Let's get this here. See, I rely a lot on my friends for their input. A lot of times, if I'm working on like personal projects, or if I'm allowed to just design based on my own. It's good to have an audience. People who will critique your work, you know what I mean? You gotta have thick skin too when you're taking critiques. A lot of times when people are starting off, they have trouble listening to critique because they're so ready to defend their work that they forget the reason why they need to listen to people, or should pay attention. Because in the end, you're doing this for other people to see, unless you're just keeping it to yourself forever in your room. But yeah. I might just take out that part of the... Oh no, I painted on the wrong layer this whole time. That's right, I won't put you guys through that again, just whatever's. Blue. What do you guys think, orange or blue? Blue kind of keeps it, and I might desaturate that. Lower the opacity. This way we don't jump around to too many colors, and you won't end up looking like a clown. But I don't know, red looks nice actually. All right, yeah, we're going with that. All right. Hey, Rukasu, man, I'm your friend. I'm right here, dude. Anything you need me to take a look at, I'll just check it out. And that goes for anybody. If anybody likes or wants me to check out their work while I have time, I'll do my best to, give you guys my own little input. Because we're in this together. Yeah, so that's that. I will be back in about 15 minutes. I will. Alright? I will be back in about 15 minutes, and I'll get all the stuff ready so that I can sketch, paint faster. Mess around with the settings, okay? And I will show you how I build lighting on this guy. Alright? So I hope this was helpful to you guys. And I will not forget to say thanks, Micah. Thanks, guys. See, it's like having like several brains. Right? And that's to, you gotta value that. That's valuable. So if you guys ever have like people you wanna ask for opinion, listen to them. You know what I mean? Don't try to defend it so much. I have a problem where I kind of overdo it, where I try to please everybody, and if somebody says something, it gets on my nerves. Not because they're saying something, but because I then know I need to fix it, or I need to do something to try to, experiment with it. You know what I mean? It's like if they see something wrong with the drawing, I feel like I need to take a look at it, re-examine it. That's just me, okay? So blue looks interesting, but I think it draws with the... No, I agree. And again, we're talking minutes away. I'm on the moon, and yeah. See ya. I'll be back 15 minutes.